this is a safe space, right? I come on here, you watch it, we're not judging. But I mean, there's a little bit of judging going on. Human nature. Hello, my name is Emmy, and I am new to the dark, spicy romance genre. More specifically, dark romance, because I've read spicy romance in the past, but dark romance, that is something new to me, specifically like this year. And if that's not something that you're into, then yeah, you probably should click out. But don't, because you might learn something. And like I said, because I'm so new to this genre, some of the books that I'm gonna mention in this video, you're probably gonna be like, baby, what is that? That is vanilla. You're probably right. And maybe I'm posting this to share some of the books I've read as just me telling you about them. Some of the books I honestly probably didn't even like. Some of the books are probably recommendations, but I want you to tell me what else I'm missing out there. Open up my world and tell me what you would recommend. So please enlighten me and share with me some of the books that you have read that you would personally recommend to me. Let's begin. I think a lot of people start out with this particular author when they dive into the dark romance category, and that would be Penelope Douglas. These were the first two books that I read that I remember being like,
I can't believe that this is on paper right now. I
cannot believe that someone is okay having their thoughts being read like this on a novel, and this is considered literature. But let's start with Birthday Girl. That is the first one that I was like, ooh. I just remember thinking, is something wrong with me? In fact, a lot of the books that I'm gonna cover in this video, I just kept thinking, is something wrong with me? Because I'm finding this quite entertaining. Birthday Girl, it's backwards. I'm sorry, I am asymmetrical. Birthday Girl, we are following Jordan, and Jordan, pretty much in the beginning of the book, she is a self-sufficient girl who, has been able to pretty much take care of herself. She knows how to, work for her money. She has a boyfriend who pretty much, honestly, he treats her like crap. I think he either borrows her car or they share a car. She was leaving work and is waiting for him to pick her up. While she's waiting for him to pick her up, she watches a movie, like a late night showing, just to kill time or something like that. In this particular theater, she drops all her stuff. They roll over to the floor, somehow land next to this mystery man that she is intrigued by. That's that. After this initial meeting with this man, she is intrigued by him. At the beginning of the book, I believe her and her boyfriend do live together. Something happens where either he loses his job, but pretty much like they're down on their luck. Her boyfriend's dad ends up helping them out and they move in with him. Her boyfriend's dad ends up being the guy that she met at the movie theater. The story just kind of unfolds from there. So this is a boyfriend's dad situation. There's a lot of nasty scenes. I'm talking about the edge of the table scene. I remember reading that and I'm like, this girl, she is something else. For Birthday Girl, I'm gonna say that the story and the spice is 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, next, Credence. After reading Birthday Girl, I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, like how could it get any dirtier than that? Enter Credence. We are following Tiernan. Her parents pass away in the beginning of the book. She is pretty much also a very self-sufficient girl where her parents are, I believe they're like affluent people in the entertainment industry, and she doesn't really have to rely on them because she's already rich. She has like a manager, pretty sure it was like a manager, her parents' assistant. She is still, I think, 17 at the time or turning 18. She needs to have a legal guardian present, and she doesn't have any other family members except for her step uncle, which in this case is her dad's step brother. Her step uncle lives in Colorado. He also lives with his 2 sons. So for the rest of her school year, for the rest of her high school year, she goes and moves in with them in Colorado. They pretty much get snowed in and things happen. I'm gonna let your imagination take its course, but there's age gap, there's taboo because, you know, kind of like a forbidden romance. There's close proximity. There's a reverse harem situation. The way that this story developed, I just kept thinking to myself, Tierna needs therapy. She needs therapy. Like, she shouldn't be with these people. But then at the same time, I just remember, you know, she didn't really have any parental figures to help guide her in life. It took me so long to finish this book because I just really despised how her character developed. Story-wise, it wasn't for me. Although spice-wise, I liked it. I would say the spice is like at a 4.5. Story is like at a 2.5. The next book that I read, it was on Kindle, thank God, because I'm pretty sure that the cover has like a girl in it and it just looks like a very promiscuous cover, but it's Sick Crush. Sick Crush, we are following a girl, also I think she's in high school. Gosh, what is... Anyways, she's also in high school. I'm pretty sure she's 18. The book starts out with her being paranoid at home. So her mom is also in the entertainment industry and she's a really, really busy actress who pretty much leaves her daughter alone to fend for herself. I guess she doesn't really need to care for her daughter because they're rich, they have everything at their disposal, they have money, she can call for food, drive or whatever, right? God, the parents in these books absolutely like should not be having children. They suck. But maybe that's what makes it dark, because a lot of the female main characters or male main characters in these books, they didn't have a lot of guidance and love that they needed growing up. And I guess those are the types of things that I like to read. Just as a disclaimer, I do have 2 loving parents. I do not blame them for this choice. The choices I'm making with the books that I'm loving or not loving, but I'm just reading it. The book starts out with her being paranoid because she feels like there's always someone watching her in this massive house. She catches the attention of her, I think the headmaster of the school. She catches his attention because she's been missing a lot of school because, you know, she's scared to leave. She feels like she's getting followed. So eventually he wants to help her out. And he's like, okay, if you're too scared to be alone at your house, why don't you just stay at my place for a little bit? He's like the principal of her school. So forbidden romance, age gap, schoolgirl principal type of situation. That's what you're getting here. Story-wise, 3 stars. Spice-wise, I think only 3.75, maybe 4 stars. Another one that I want to share with you that is maybe unexpected is A Court of Silver Flames. Now, this is part of the ACOSF series, and this might be kind of like random because it's not intended to be dark romance, but this is a spicy book. I loved it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Story, 5 stars. Spice, 5 stars. Especially like when you know the characters that we're following in this book, which is, do I want to say it? Does that give away the whole series? Maybe I shouldn't say it. And if you know it, then obviously you know it. But this is, do you see how thick this is? Look at the difference of the thickness. A lot of this is pretty much spice. Now, do you want to put yourself through that? I would say so if you are gonna finish the series, and wouldn't you want to finish something that you started? I obviously wouldn't recommend for you to get into this book immediately because you will not have any connection to the characters. But when you are in the series and you get to this book, know that this is all spice, majority spice. I would say like 65 to 70% of it is spice, and I'm okay with that. Some people are not. I could not skip out on this book. The next one, this is probably my favorite one out of every single book that I'm going to talk to you about today. And that is Praise by Sarah Kate. I don't even know like where to begin with this book, but Sarah Kate just did such a good job with the story of this book. Yeah, I wanna read the rest of the series. So this is part of the Salacious Players Club series. The book starts out with our female main character that just broke up with her boyfriend because he cheated on her. They were previously living together in this apartment and she needs to get her security deposit back. When she needs to claim back her security deposit from her ex-boyfriend, he told her, like, you weren't picking up on my phone calls, so they ended up having to give the security deposit back to my dad because he co-signed the lease. So go get it from my dad. And she was like, oh, screw you. So she ends up having to go get the security deposit back from his dad, which her ex-boyfriend, he really doesn't have a good relationship with his dad at all. Like they didn't communicate about her visiting him at all. Now, a really important piece of this story is that her dad, he runs a kink club, which is called the Salacious Players Club, which initially started out as a dating app that helps match you up with people who share the same kink as you with consent, which is key here because this book does have a lot of dominant submissive themes. It's a kink club, so you can imagine everything. When she meets her ex-boyfriend's dad, he tells her to get on her knees. He thought that he had an appointment with someone that he's getting matched up with. So he thought that his team sent this girl over for them to, do their thing. He basically is a dominant in this situation, and in the book she realizes that she has a praise kink. So spice 5 out of 5, plot 5 out of 5. The story is so good. It's so good. I'm gonna read the rest of the series. All right, next is Sugar Daddies by Jade West. Now, this is the first book that I've read that's like right when you start reading the book, it is in your face. There's no leading up to it. There's no fluff, okay? And what you're getting yourself into is 2 guys at once. Boom, there I said it. That's not me ruining it for you. That's just simply like when you first read the book, that's what they're giving and that's what you're getting is both at the same time. So we are following our female main character who is, I think, on her last year of university. She just needs extra cash. She is passionate about horse riding and it is an expensive hobby. So she goes on this app to find sugar daddies and she's intrigued by having 2 sugar daddies at once. Pretty much they all match up on this matchmaking website and it's like a match made in heaven. It is age gap, polyamorous. The story, I would say 4 stars, maybe like 4.25. Although I will say the book didn't need to be that long. I feel like it could have been a lot shorter than what it was, but it is what it is. Like, good story overall. The spice, yeah, I would say 5 stars because of what it is. You get what you get. The last one I want to share with you today is Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight. Den of Vipers, this is a mafia story. And we are following Roxanne, whatever, has been used as a wager to pay off her dad's debt. Her dad owed these mafia guys who pretty much run this whole town a lot of money, or I'm not really sure if it was money, but pretty much her dad owed 4 guys something and they were gonna kill him. He was like, wait, please don't kill me, take my daughter. I'm telling you, some of the parents of the female main characters should absolutely not have been parents because they freaking suck. My gosh. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading it though. Then these 4 guys come to collect their debt and pretty much kidnap this girl. Yeah, it's a captor-captive type of polyamorous romance that's reverse harem. Our female main character, she's supposed to be like this badass bar owner, like really rough, rugged punk chick who doesn't take anything from anybody. So she didn't go down without a fight when they kidnapped her. So being who she is, these guys were like, maybe we shouldn't kill her. What could we do with her? She pretty much has a connection with each one of these guys. Each one of them have really horrible and dark pasts, so they all find something in common within each other. The story, for me, it could have been like cut in half, you know. Spice, I would say 4.25 to 4.5, because you do have that reverse harem factor, which is very spicy and dark, but it does get gory in some of these spice scenes. So 4.25 to 4.5 is where I would rate the spice, and the story 2.5. And that's pretty much it. I know that that wasn't a lot. You know, sometimes when I read these dark romance books, I need a break in between. When I'm reading some of these books, I need like a palate cleanse, so it's not a whole lot. And these aren't all the books that I've read. These are just the ones that I felt like were worth sharing, because they each had something that you might find interesting. And maybe these are some of the books you haven't heard of. Maybe these are some of the books that you love, or you mirror the same reaction that I had with some of these books. But again, let me know if there are other books that I should be reading, maybe other books that I should consider picking up, and leave them in the comments below, and I'd be happy to read them. I really enjoyed making this video, so I hope you got something out of it. Make sure that you like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.